Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
I'm not really certain whether or not to thank you, Button Breaker, or ban you for all these subs.
Oh, for some reason it wasn't showing me that you was live. Never mind.
For all the subs that are going to cause me to do shots of MALORT. But thank you, and thank you for the happy birthday as well. So, yes, it is. Oh, no, I do, because Gimme the Busket gifted 24 subs to make me drink all 4 of the bottles of MALORT that I have. And a deal is a deal. So, every 30 minutes tonight, I'll be doing a shot. And I'm not necessarily looking forward to it. But yeah, I will be doing it. But first, welcome to the new studio. So, yeah, I'll give you just a brief little tour. You can see the paint racks over there. The tripod that used to hang from my ceiling. Back here, I have my shelving unit, D&D books, some completed minis, and my pile of shame. That's pretty much it. And then I got the painting. It might be a little more echoey. Yes, thank you, Mushy Pancakes, for the studio. Mushy Pancakes officially moved out last week. This used to be his bedroom. It's not that echoey. That's good. It's kind of echoey for me, but the microphone I have it set to non-omnidirectional. So, but I do have some acoustic panels coming. Hey, Wookie, thanks for joining the stream. I haven't seen Nevin yet, but it's time. We'll do the first one right now. Now, I've never had MALORT. I've never smelled MALORT. I do have coconut water standing by, as well as some barrel-proof bourbon to wash it down. But yeah, let's get the trash can just a little bit closer. Yeah. smells like gasoline. So, thanks, Wookie. I appreciate it. Like, just going off the smell. You know what? It tastes like, or it smells like someone took a piece of black licorice and dissolved it in gasoline. That's what it smells like. It's not the most horrible smell I've ever smelled. Like, it's a very, very faint smell, which means it's all going to be taste. So, here we go. That is making my eyes water. That is one of the worst things I've ever tasted.
Emotional, damn it.
Yeah. Vomit. It tastes like vomit. It tastes like bile. I think that's what it is. It tastes like bile. That was not something I ever want to taste again, but I get to do it 3 more times. It's the most bitter thing. Like, not sour, not...
That's what she said.
That is what she said. It's not sour, it's not tart, it is just pure pucker the tonsils bitterness. I don't know why. Why does this exist? This is... Oh, God, that was... I swear, if it makes my bourbon taste bad, I'm going to need Mermary to bring me a different glass. Yeah, that's... Alright, so there's no fear of vomiting. Because I don't ever want that to come back up. But it is sadness, desperation, and self-loathing all in a bottle. Somebody found the most depressed person on the planet and fermented their sadness and depression. At least it smells like bourbon. Like, I'm hoping that 120 proof bourbon, it's still there. Like, it doesn't evolve. It is straight up just bile, but it is a lasting flavor, and I don't know why they make that. Let's see. I'm gonna. Yep. Hey, Mermary, can you bring me a separate bourbon glass, because that tastes like Malort. So we'll put the. It's moving. The flavor of the Malort is moving forward on my tongue. Thanks, Drinyari, for the happy birthday. For the longest time, hey, thanks, Deltaki. For the longest time, the sadness was just here. But now, it's moving forward. 45 years on this planet. And I have never put something in my mouth as vile as Jepson's MALORT. I don't know why this exists, Daltalki. And there are people out there who say they like this. And I'd say to them, nay, you are a liar. Because nobody likes this. Ah. Man, that's one of my favorite glasses, too, and I feel like I might have to just throw that glass away. We'll see. Do we have a new glass?
Yes. Question. Is it worse than that guava from Four Hands?
Yes.
Oh, God.
Yes.
Oh, God.
You know, I drink a lot of IPAs, and IPAs tend to be a little on the bitter side. And there are people who will ask me, how do you drink that? It's so bitter. I feel like people who don't understand IPAs, who say, how do you like that? That's how I feel about the people who say they like MALORT. So much better. The bourbon, so much better. All right, so I got a new toy for my birthday. My wife bought me a Stream Deck so I can do cool things like this. So there's no more needing to move a model to the camera because I can zoom in my camera now, which is pretty awesome. Yes, I will agree with you, Daltalki. People who say they like Jepson's MALORT are have depression, they need help, and they're pathological liars. I do have an awesome wife. All right, so off camera, because I didn't want anybody to have to literally watch paint dry for an hour, I did an all-over blue wash on the model. I don't love it, so I removed most of it and kept the blue kind of in the shadows and on the bottom, because I want the bottom to definitely be shadowed, right? Because, you know, if you think about it, if this thing's flying at you, it's blocking out the sun, so you'll see shadow. Tonight, what we're going to do is we're going to do some... is that a Dorito? I don't have Doritos down here. I do have Doritos in the house, but then you get orange all over your fingers, and hard to paint when your fingers are orange. So we're going to do a couple of things. We're going to do yes, I did say I was going to do a subathon, but yes, I also changed my mind because Gimme the Busket completed all of the subs before I ever even logged on. So we're going to do some highlighting, and let me grab some white paints. Oh, here it is. So we're going to do some highlighting. We're going to kind of bring up some brightness in a couple spots. We're also going to, once we're done with that, this is going to be mostly edge highlighting, but unlike Warhammer, I'm not going to do an all-over edge highlight. But after we're done with that, what we're going to do is we're going to do some rust effects using So Flat red oxide, and then we'll mix it up with some transparent orange, and then we'll do some other weathering effects where it looks like the metal is shining through a little bit. So yeah, let's get to edge highlighting. A little bit of water, not a lot. I don't want this to be super thin. We're not glazing tonight. We're just gonna come through here and bring up the brightness on some of these edges. I will say that it is much less blue in person than it looks on camera. I apparently need to play around with some of the like saturation and color tone on the camera now that I'm in a different room. That's something for a future time, right? So yeah, today is 45 years old. It's been a good day. Started off the day. Mary had donuts from my favorite donut shop ordered. So donuts and coffee to start the day. Work was good. Then it all came crashing down with Jepson's MALORT. So my two favorite kinds of donuts, I don't believe are actually technically donuts, but they come from my favorite donut shop. I really like French crullers and apple fritters. So Mary made sure that there were 2 of each of those in the order. It's a little bakery, not too far from our house. So like, it's not a donut shop. It's an actual bakery that also makes donuts. So I guess technically in the morning they're a donut shop, but it's called Heaven Scent Bakery. And scent is, of course, spelled SCENT, which is always fun. Yeah, I love my French crullers. Your mom has Doritos in hand. Nice. I hope she's sharing the Doritos with you, so... So I hope everybody had a good day today. Hope everybody had a good week since last week. It's been rainy here in St. Louis. You know, last Tuesday, we got almost 15 inches of rain. And then last night, we got almost 6 inches of rain. So the float trip we're going on next week should be a lot of fun because the river should be really nice and high. So yeah, there's a lot of places that need the rain, and I mean, we needed the rain too. We just, unlike a lot of the places out there, we actually got the rain. You don't like Donut Palace's Long John chocolate? I'm sorry. It sucks that you don't like the Long John chocolate, because a chocolate Long John is an amazing donut. Not my favorite donut, but it is still an amazing donut. Let's let that. I want to point out the bile taste has not subsided. So in 10 minutes, when I do the next shot, it's just going to pile on. Yeah, whew. That sucks. The bile that's still there. I feel like before I go to bed, I need to eat a tin of Altoids and then brush my teeth, gargle, maybe rinse and repeat. I do have a chaser. I'm drinking, pickle juice. I don't have any pickle juice, but one of the guys that we're floating with on Sunday made 2 giant jugs of pickle shots. So I got pickle coming, just not tonight. It is, pickle shots, pickle juice, and vodka. So, and in one of them, he added jalapenos as well. So it's a spicy pickle shot. Eat soap. No, I'm not going to do that. I grew up in the 80s. I know what soap tastes like. Not worse than MALORT, but still. They're like cousins. They're like in the same ballpark of hatred. Because I had a mouth on me growing up. Yeah. I had a mouth on me growing up. I have had my fair share of soap that I've eaten. So, some parents say, I'll wash your mouth out with soap and don't mean it. My parents, they meant it. So, I went through after doing the wash. So the first edge highlight I did was an all-over edge highlight with the Titan Buff, which is the base color that I painted the model. The second, I've mixed some white in with the Titan Buff just to brighten it up a little bit more. And then the final edge highlight is going to be, and this edge highlight I'm not doing as all over as the first one. I'm going a little more scratchy. And then the final edge highlight will be pure white, and that'll be even less of a highlight. And I don't want this to get too bright, right? Because I mean, literally, this speeder has seen some shit. To be clear, I have not washed her mouth out with soap. She ate it willingly because, kitty cat. Yeah, that sounds like something kitty cat would do. So, but this speeder I'm going to have fairly weathered. I don't want it to be super clean. We're going to spend most of tonight's stream when I am not hating myself for drinking MALORT, doing weathering effects. We're going to paint on some rust. We're going to then, paint some bare metal showing through, and then we're going to create a streaking grime oil. It's almost an oil-based wash to streak rust down some of these rivets. So, pets either have a single brain cell or are evil geniuses. There is no in between. I ate bubbles. Oh yes, weathering. Yes, there will be lots of weathering tonight. I'm gonna do a lot of rust. You notice I'm not edge highlighting these pieces. These are the skid pads, essentially the landing gear, and these are going to be quite beaten up. A lot of bare metal, because I'm going to assume that the rebels don't get a lot of time to work on their ships, and Nevin had said that this one was pieced together and fixed from a lot of different ships, which is why the panels are all different colors. But what I'm going to do is we're going to do some rust effects where the different panels all meet, because I'm going to assume that this rebel pilot, when he scavenged parts, his welding wasn't so good. So we're going to have rust around the welds. We're going to have rust and bare metal on the landing gear. We're going to have a little bit of rusting effect on the guns. And then, like I said, we're going to have some streaking grime, rust streaks coming down from some of the spots. So let's get that all white highlight going. 5 minutes countdown to antifreeze butt sweat. Yes, thank you, Busket, for reminding me. And then I've got a bit of detail that I'm going to do on the front, because one of the things that Nevilicious had said is he wanted this to be pride colors, and he wanted to upset some of the bigots at his local game store. So we're going to freehand paint the pride flag on the front of this bad boy. Because I like upsetting bigots. I don't like bigots. And they piss me off, so... Alright. I know the edge highlighting isn't the most fun thing to watch happen, but it is what will set the paint job apart when it's on a table. Upsetting bigots is always fun, so... You know, something that tastes as bad as MALORT, though, I am really surprised, has little to no scent. You know, you'd think that something that hideous would smell awful, but it doesn't. So, yeah. Get back in there. Alright, so we're going to lay down some burnt sienna first, and we're going to really thin this down. Now this is just acrylic paint. There's nothing, you know, this isn't an oil or an enamel or anything. It's just like every other, almost every other paint I use. It's just this is Golden is the company that makes this. There you go, you can see it right there. So Flat Golden Matte Acrylic. So these are very, very matte. They're not shiny at all. So, but we do kind of want this to be, we don't want it to quite be, oh, I had the poop emoji. Quite to a wash consistency, but we want it to be, as you can see, let's zoom. As you can see, this is a pretty thin application of paint. So that's really what we want. And we're gonna get to that in just a minute. The gods of cheese are now here, bestowed upon us to make the lactose intolerant people not be lactose intolerant. Okay. Busket, I don't know what kind of catnip you let Kitty Cat Lover have tonight, but this is a big shot. I mean, I don't know how many ounces are in 50-ish milliliters, but yeah, I'm putting this off. Let's open up the body armor to chase. Cheers. Oh, that one was worse. Oh. It's like, I think the first one, I missed my tongue completely. So it was just on the back. Oh. That one got like the whole tongue. And it was...
Emotional damage.
You know how that taste after you've vomited and you can still taste that taste? That is what that tastes like. So please, Kobe Bryant, Mamba forever. Let's get this. Oh man, it made me sweat that time. It is not hot down here, but that one made me sweat. Yeah. Yeah. This is both my favorite and least favorite stream that I've done so far. That's vile. It is just a vile flavor. You know, in D&D, when you've had bad shit happen over a period of time, and you start to get saddled with exhaustion, and then you end up having disadvantage on everything, and I feel like that's kind of where I am. Like, I'm at the point where my character should have exhaustion and disadvantage. Growing water hair from sweat. Kitty Cat, I don't know what that means, but yes, that tastes like I'm growing water hair from sweat. That's got to go on the board. Growing water hair from sweat. Did I kill that brush? Just a sec. Let me find a new one. We'll just use this one. I don't want to use my good brushes for this weathering and stippling of rust. So you're going to watch me hate myself and smash a brush on plastic a lot tonight, so just FYI. We're gonna go back of this panel here. And it's not going to be as strong. There's lots of rust on here. So like I said, this is where it hits the ground. And listen, this is both the most soothing and concerning stream I've seen in it. Well, you know what, Daltalki, I'm glad I can do that for you. And you know, I'm gonna put not a lot, but as metal heats and cools repeatedly, it gets some rust on it. So we're going to put... Now I know that's going to be really hard to see, even if I do zoom in on the gun. Maybe if I reset and get a little more light on here. It's going to be hard to see. It's much more visible in person than it is on camera, but nope, I'm not going to back out. I'm a man of my word, and I gave my word that I was doing this. Not only did I give my word here on Twitch and on Discord, but people at work know this happens. And one of my coworkers, Give Me the Busket, who wanted to watch me die inside. It's the only reason she had to gift 24 subs. Will go back tomorrow and tell people that I chickened out. And I cannot be that guy at work. Oh yeah, Give Me the Busket works with me. We work very, very close together. And I feel like I almost did this to myself when she was partially joking about it at work yesterday. I'm like, yeah, whatever, go for it. And then, yeah, she did it. By the way, the Mamba Forever body armor, that worked better than the bourbon. Yeah, that worked better than the bourbon. So, it was a good chaser. But that second one was worse than the first. And I gotta assume they ain't gonna get better. That's not a flavor that you get accustomed to. Well, I'm not doing it for social clout. I'm doing it for good content. And to be fair, I mean, let's be honest. Subscribers mean money. I'm doing this for money. I will whore myself out for subscribers. So, because that's just who I am. So, all right, on to. Oh, I haven't opened this one yet. Ooh, that's a pretty. I mean, it's rust. That's the color. It's red oxide, but it's a pretty rust color. It's a little more orange than the burnt sienna, and then we're going to make it even more orange by adding orange to it here for the second. This doesn't really need a whole lot of thinning. This is a pretty thin paint to begin with, so. You know, it's kind of nice. The chill guitar definitely goes nicely with the painting and the pain that I am experiencing this evening from the MALORT. So, I would not hoard you out for subs. Maybe mushy pancakes, but not you. And all this, and I don't even think Nevalicious is on tonight, so... Well, yeah, the Friday Night Fright streams are me whoring you out for subs. Making you play jump scare games is... I mean, to be fair, that's also for me. I think that's funny, so... That's just me. Water that down just a little bit. I'm going to obscure the green, but I do want to have I've watered that down a little bit too much. That's all right. We'll fix it. I just don't want the pooling on the green. I want there to be rust, but not just rust. I didn't have a beard when you met me. I had a goatee, so you can't blame the beard for this one. And there's photographic evidence of that. There was no beard when we met. There was facial hair, just not a full beard. What if I got a Fortnite account and played Fortnite on stream? Well, so Kitty Cat, see, I'm 45 years old today. Fortnite is not for me. Fortnite is for younger generations. B, I don't have the hand-eye coordination or the reaction time to play games that require me to be that fast-paced. I can barely play GTA 5. So, but I do stream GTA 5. And when Mermary and I are both available on a weekend, I also stream The Division. But your mom is 51 and she plays. Well, now I know how old your mom is, so there's that. And I'm going to assume she doesn't play well. So Does she let you win? Is that what she says? Yeah, this is the last time we'll ever hear from Kitty Cat because her mom's about to kill her. So, a little bit of rust. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to mix in some orange now. Get just a little bit of highlighting before we let this dry. And we make our streak in grime. You're not horribly, she's not the best. See? Need a lot of the orange. Just kind of want to bring up the highlight a little bit on some of this rust area before I start to dab on the bare metal, which is going to be Pro Acryls Silver. Well, hello, Dave Sucks Forever, and thank you for the happy birthday. If you hang out for 14 minutes, you get to watch me do my third shot of MALORT. Ooh, move my desk. Don't do that. She eats soap for fun. Her opinion doesn't matter. That's fair. Oh, it's not your bun breaker. It's not a secret. So, we've played Final Fantasy XIV together, so, yeah. Alright, so the way I'm going to do the bare metal is I've got this little packing sponge, that I'm going to dip, and I'm just going to kind of dab it into some of the areas with the rust, and then I'm also going to put it in some of the areas that don't have rust. I'm not going to thin it because this isn't something that you can do multiple coats of, because I'm not, like I said, I'm not, we're not painting it on, we're just dabbing, so. It's going to be a nice, thick, bright, so you get a little bit, and then you get most of it off, and then you come down here and just boop, boop, boop. Get a hair. I'm also going to go in a couple places where I think there might be some damage, including underneath up here in the front. Because this thing's it will have hitched stuff. So, yeah, so we just... That was too much. That's all right. So we're just going to dab that on a little bit. And it'll look better when it dries. Because it always looks better when it dries. Now I will say that this is not the best sponge to do that work with. What you really want is that that thicker, wiry sponge that's a little bit more like a Brillo pad. That if you buy a lot from Amazon, you know what I'm talking about. This is the real squishy sponge, almost like what a foam brush would be. Ideally, you would want something that's got a little bit more texture to it. But that's all right. I'm gonna just cover up some of this silver here with a little bit more rust. So yeah. Let's see, we've got Kitty Cat Lover and her mom, Gimme the Busket, going back and forth with each other. Yeah, so this is a trick that I picked up watching diorama makers on YouTube. Dave, in case you're wondering, we're drinking Elijah Craig Barrel Proof tonight to make me forget about the fact that I'm doing 4 shots of Malort. But it has to be 2 separate glasses because the Malort tainted my bourbon. So I got a Malort glass to it. So you can see, full, I'm doing the shots. There's nothing left. Yeah, diorama makers are absolutely terrifying. There's a guy on YouTube. The channel is Real Terrain Hobbies, I think. And he made a battle board for Lord of the Rings. He essentially made the Shire. And it was sponsored by Woodland Scenics, which is... it's the only way to do it, because he had to have used $5,000 worth of gear and material to make this. You know, he resin printed the Shire doors. He had LED lights. He had used static grass, so the grass was actually standing up as opposed to just, you know, using the ballast, the powder shit that, you know, most wargamers like myself use. It was a whole flocking bunch of flock. I mean, this thing was huge. It was a 3-foot by 6-foot playable table that could be disassembled into 3 smaller pieces for transport. It was absolutely it was amazing what he made. Like, he got done with it and you look at it and you're like, yeah, no, that's just New Zealand. But I'll show you my terrain. I got a whole terrain drawer over here. They're 3D printed tiles. That's my terrain. I make 3D printed tiles. It's D&D, so it's there's not a lot to it. I think, yeah. Dave Sucks Forever has seen plenty of my 3D printed tiles, but all right. I gotta do this guy here. This one's going to have these are going to have a lot of, I do both. I do resin and filament printing. If I'm printing, so these are filament, and you can definitely see it on any of the sides. You can kind of see the layers. I do my tiles in filament, first of all, because then I can just take it and throw it in a drawer and I don't have to worry about it. But if I'm printing minis, like player character models, I'll do that in resin just because they have so much more, you get significantly more details with resin printing than you will with filament. Yeah, so I do both. I've got 2 different 3D printers. So Sir Gregory is resin, yes. So I'll tell you, if you want to get into 3D printing, your best bet is to buy from the brand Elegoo. the Elegoo Neptune, which is their, I guess everything Elegoo does is kind of entry level. When I say entry level, I mean not commercial, right? The hobbyist. It's your filament printer from Elegoo, the Elegoo Neptune. I think they're on version 2 or 3 right now. Is $200. It's got auto bed leveling. It's got a bunch of stuff out of the box that when I bought my 3D printer, I wish it had out of the box. But I got into 3D printing 3 years ago, specifically for D&D, actually. And then with the resin printer, the same. If you want to get a decent resin printer and not spend a shit ton of money, you want to go with something like Elegoo. And the Elegoo Mars it's a print bed about this size. It's a little bit bigger than a standard cell phone. And then it goes up from there. And everything that Elegoo does is named after planets, which I think is cool. So the Elegoo Mars is their smaller printer. They've got an Elegoo Saturn, which is bigger. I think it's a print bed about the size of like the size of a Kindle. And then they've got the Elegoo Jupiter, which just came out. It is a resin printer with a 10-inch bed, and it has automatic resin, like it has a resin reservoir, right? So it will fill the resin vat as it needs it, which is really, really cool, but they're $1,000. And I think, I follow Uncle Jesse, Jessy, on YouTube and on TikTok, and I think he said that the vat of the Elegoo Jupiter is 1 liter of resin, and that's a lot. I mean, that's $35. Now, if you're printing big stuff or you're running a print farm, that's great, but I think that's probably out of the question for most hobby 3D printers. I don't like as much as like if I won Powerball, I would have a fleet of Elegoo Jupiters, but I think the Elegoo Saturn, which comes in about $500, is probably the biggest that most hobbyists need. I have an Epax E6, which is about the same size as the Elegoo Mars, and it is perfect. 3D print bed is about this big. I'd go get it, but it's in use. And at this point, do you want me to hydrate with water or with MALORT? I'm guessing you want me to hydrate with MALORT. I am not looking forward to this. Part of me says just pour both of them in there and do it one time and be done with it, but it's not about the amount of alcohol. It's about the amount. It's not the quality of the alcohol. My mouth's already salivating knowing what's coming. It's the quantity of pain. It's funny because like my sinuses all just closed up just now. Cheers. It gets worse every time. After after the first one, I had said, hold on. That one made my eyes water. I had said it was unlikely that I was going to vomit. You need to try some. Well, look, man, this is the last bottle I got. And I got to do it tonight. Go to Friar Tuck in O'Fallon. They got it. So, yeah. So after the first one, I said, "Nah, there's no chance. I'm not gonna vomit." I'm not so sure of that anymore. It has gotten worse every single time. That one was hard to get down. That was difficult. I'm not gonna discount anybody's mental health, but I am going to have MALORT PTSD from tonight. My mouth is still like it's creating so much saliva trying to get that out. It comes. The burp's worse. I don't know how it keeps getting worse. Like, yeah, I know my pain makes you giddy. I don't know how it keeps getting worse. Honestly, like, you know, if the hot sauce and stuff like that, the more you eat, the more numb it has. That is a long time DM. It has gotten worse every single time. You'll know very soon, Dave. Dave is in the group, the D&D group that Mermary, Mushy, and I play with. And Dave's going to DM our next campaign. Oh, give me the basket. Look what I have on my windowsill down here. I got my little... this is how I feel about the world right now. This little dumpster fire from hell. So, yeah, he's just sitting right over there. Right over there on the window. Alright. There's only one more. There's only one more. That's just what I have to keep telling myself. There's only one more. Alright. Streaking grime. So, to make my homemade streaking grime, I'm going to use oil paint. So I'm going to use Winton's Van Dyke Brown. A little bit of that in there. And Winsor & Newton's, what is this? Cadmium Orange Hue. I don't know what that means. That was slimy, oily. So I know it's going to be hard to see, but there's a lot of oil in that orange. And I need to get my white spirits because you can't thin oils with water. You have to use. I actually got to go. Godspeed. Hey, thanks for the gifted subs, and thanks for joining Bunbreaker, and I'll see you next time you drop in. So, have fun. So yeah, we're going to use. We need white spirits to thin. So I take the white spirits and I put it in its own little spot because I'm not sure how much of either of these colors I'm going to need. I want this to be thin, but I don't want it to be too thin. So we're going to take from the oil and mix in orange, because this is rust, it's not just dirt or oil. So we want it to have kind of an orange oxidization, like a somebody recently told me that brown is just like a super dark orange, and I guess that's probably right, but that's weird to me. So let's see what's this going to look like. Yeah, that's probably the right color. But I got a lot of orange still on here, so. There's a couple things. One, I mean, you've seen, if you've watched enough, that I'll stick the brush in my mouth to bring it back to a point. However, with this, especially with oil paints and white spirit, you do not want to do that. And this orange is real cadmium orange, so you definitely don't want to do that, because that's how you die. Ooh, that was way too much. There's no paint on this side, so FYI. So what I'm trying to do here is, from places where it looks like there's rivets, I'm trying to just streak brown down from there. So like there's some rusting, and then also from, you know, these areas where where we've had some rust, I want to kind of streak it down. Same with the back. So I want to kind of wash out around here. Get some grime. Oh, that burp was 100% Malort. Gonna need a second. I also want to get some rusting coming down from around the window, because you would assume that there's not going to be a great seal coming from that area, so. Then we're going to take this guy and we're going to just streak straight down. And then we've got some oil and some rust that is streaking off of rivets. Go ahead and hit this area a little bit, and then we'll dry brush essentially off of there. While that's drying, windows, so Nevin had said that the panels of his windows, that the instrument panels inside the cockpit were blue. So we're going to make a contrast paint using Citadel's Aethermatic Blue and Scale 75 Instacolor's Replenish Blue. Is there a thing in it? My hole's not open. You know, that's what she said from anybody? Wow. You guys are slipping. Can't hear my music, so.
That's what she said.
There it is. So we're going to go with kind of this, that's really hard to see, kind of this, it's almost a translucent turquoise is what we're going to go with for the windows. I don't know what this song is, but it's very The Godfather. There is a delay, that's right. I forget that you guys aren't actually in this room with me in the basement, so. Over my toes. All right, now I need more paint. All right. When is it better to brush versus blot? Well, that really I mean, that depends on what you're doing, right? If you're trying to do detail work, you want a brush. If you're trying to just, like I did with the windows or with the rust effect, you're not trying to be careful. You're trying to be organic, I guess is probably the best way to put it. So then just getting paint down is the goal. So now I'm going to need a picture of this. So I want to make sure I get the colors in the right order. Like I said, you know what, I'm going to use a little brush. I'm going to use a little brush, and I'm going to use my goggles. Nevin said he wants to piss off the bigots at the gaming store that he plays at that don't like gay people. So we're going to make sure we definitely piss them off. So, what's the next color? Pink. So everything about this airspeeder is going to be dark and grimy, except for the front. Best part about painting is when you make a mistake, you can just do it again. Unlike Bob Ross, though, there can be mistakes in mini painting, but they can also be happy little accidents. So next is, that's not the right glue. I'll be right back. Trying to can be that blue, I guess. You know what? I'm gonna go. Never mind. We'll put it on the palette. I was gonna go straight out of the pot, but that's when stuff gets spilled, and I don't want to spill anything. You should never look at a ring light with your magnifying goggles on, because that's a lot of light. I am not the best freehand painter on the planet, so you know, everybody's just gonna have to deal with that. What's next? Brown. Here's my brown. And then black. In case you're wondering what I'm painting up here. Doing my best to freehand the, what do they call it, the progress flag, pride flag. Some bourbon. Yeah, I'm not great at freehand. My hands shake way too much to do a lot of freehand, but every once in a while, you know, like I did the freehand. I freehanded the warning stripes. So I figured, you know what, we're going to do this as best we can, and you know, there's no stencils. It's just me, bourbon, MALORT, and a paintbrush. Five more minutes. Tell you what, though, a paint set that I will never not have is this Pro Acryl transparent paint set. It is some of the most vibrant paints I have ever had, and considering the fact that it's supposed to be somewhere in that contrast paint realm, I don't even think it's close. I don't think that Citadel or Army Painter have anything when it comes to saturation and vibrancy of paint, especially transparent paint or contrast paint compared to Pro Acryl. I mean, that yellow and the black, well, I guess not the black, but the yellow is 100% transparent paint. I hate painting yellow, and it's by far the best yellow that I've ever used. And I go out of my way to avoid painting the color yellow almost as much as I go out of my way to avoid painting eyeballs, because they both suck. So, all right, let's get it over with. I'm gonna take this off. Shot number 4. My head's already starting to sweat just thinking about it. But here it is for Gimme the Busket and her 24 gifted subs today. I would play that, you know, shot. I would play that, but it would get me removed from YouTube, and I'm live streaming on YouTube as well right now, and removed from Twitch, where I am also live streaming. Well, I guess it wouldn't get me removed from Twitch, but it would definitely get my volume muted. I'm preparing myself. I'm taking this off. I'm taking my headphones off. I can't hear my music, just in case. Trash can, just in case. Cheers. Oh. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, it's in the mustache. Oh. Oh. That one. That one made my feet hurt. Hey, thanks for the birthday wish, Solaris. I appreciate it. I'm having trouble focusing my eyes now. That one was bad. That was... I don't even know at this point. You know what? I'm gonna wait. Not gonna do a chaser just yet. Let's just let it percolate for a minute. That was like 9 different levels of horrible. Forever unclean. Oh, I'm tainted. I'm forever tainted. Oh, God. I hated that so much. That's like losing a bet bad. That's losing a fantasy league bad. And as somebody... as someone who has in the not so recent past lost their fantasy league and ate a chicken thigh coated in the last dab from Hot Ones, I can tell you 100%, I would rather have the chicken thigh in the 3 million Scoville hot sauce than ever do another shot of MALORT. Which is why the next time we do this, it's going to be Vegemite. Because I like punishing myself for you, the viewer. Vegemite's got to be better. Like Vegemite cannot be worse than MALORT. That was bad. And like to the point, like Dave Sucks Forever is a very good friend of mine. And I enjoy when Dave does something dumb that doesn't result in lasting pain, but, you know, like, Dave, you're over the age of 40, get off the rope swing that's over the river, right? But when he doesn't and he jumps out into the river and does a belly flop, that makes me laugh. I would never say, Dave, go drink a shot of MALORT. Because it's horrible. Hey, Pyro, how you doing? So, you know what? I added this to my stream deck. Let's see if this works. I don't know if it will or not. Let's see. God damn it. Mermary, would you please do a shout out for Friendly Pyro and for Solaris Knight, because the shout out button that I installed on Stream Deck doesn't. I have to install more things. If you like painting miniatures or art of any kind, definitely go check out Friendly Pyro. They are not as much of a dumbass as I am, but they are a tremendous artist. Pyro does fantasy cartography, but they've also done some actual cartography, like I've seen them do. I've seen on their page, I think they did the state of Massachusetts, which was really cool. Pyro's stream is one when, prior to being busy 9 hours of my 8-hour day, their stream was one that I did my best to never miss. But because I am busy at work now, while they are streaming, I tend to be in meetings, and I haven't had the opportunity to join them on stream, but besides being an amazing streamer, they are a phenomenal Stream Raiders captain. Pickle shots and Malort this weekend. Well, I will do the pickle shots, Dave. I'm not doing any more Malort. That a little bit came back up. I'm not gonna lie. Anyway, if you like miniature painting and you like an extremely chill stream, make sure to check out Friendly Pyro. They are fantastic, and besides being a fantastic streamer, Pyro, I'm sorry, but besides being a fantastic streamer, salt of the earth human being. So they had a stream where a viewer wasn't doing well from a mental health perspective, and Pyro stopped what they were doing and for 30 minutes just chatted. So we should all strive to be as good of a person as Pyro is. And with that, I'm going to stop talking for a second because I'm burping up Malort, and it's awful. Pyro, I wouldn't say it if it wasn't true. I don't sugarcoat things. You can ask Mermeri, Give Me the Busket, Mushy Pancakes, and Dave Sucks Forever. I don't sugarcoat things. So, all right. Back to pissing off bigots. You know what? I need my eyeballs. Where'd my eyeballs go? There they are. In case anybody ever wonders what my Twitch profile picture is, it is quite literally this. So, I think it's also currently my YouTube profile picture. So for those who aren't aware, I'm not calling in dead tomorrow. But if I do, it was absolutely the Malort that killed me. For those of you who are relatively new to the stream, during the month of June, I, along with Friendly Pyro, and numerous other Twitch, YouTube streamers, participated in a charity fundraiser called Fabulous Marines. And all that money that was raised went to the Trevor Project. What I did during the month of June for Pride Month and to raise money for the Trevor Project was I ran a raffle. And for every $1 that was donated, you got one entry into my raffle. And oh no, that's fine, Pyro. I appreciate you just being here. But for my raffle, what it was for every $1 you donated through the charity, you got one entry into the raffle, and the raffle was for a 10 to 20 hour commission job. And one of my oldest and dearest friends, Nevelicious, won the raffle, and he said he wanted an airspeeder for Star Wars Legion, but he wanted Pride colors incorporated into the paint job because he lives... Current total from direct donations for Fabulous Marines is $13,000. That's amazing. So Nevelicious lives in the part of Colorado that gave the world Lord over. So he deals with a lot of bigots in his area, and he decided he wanted to piss them off. So he wanted the pride colors incorporated. So I started off with, you've got red, orange, purple, blue, green, yellow. In the little compartment here, you've got the colors from the trans flag. And I said, you know what? That's not enough to piss off bigots. So we're going to have the pride flag painted on the front of the speeder. Which, by the way, his air speeder army is undefeated. And if Nevilicious were on right now, he would tell you that what's more important than winning, though, is pissing off the bigots that are around him. And Nev can piss them off because very few of them are, too subtle. Oh, look, you gotta gay the straight away, right? I mean, look, and I'm as a cis male, cis hetero male who's, I'm learning, right? I mean, I'm trying my best to always be an ally, and I screw up sometimes. But we're gonna put the flag right front and center on the airspeeder that is the primary airspeeder for his army. So I grimdarked a lot of the stuff, but we're gonna have the pride flag right front and center. And what are they gonna do? They're not gonna do anything. They're gonna bitch and moan and groan like they always do. And at the end of the day, they're gonna look at Nevin, who is a bigger dude than I am, and they're not gonna do anything because, piss, moan, and lose. That's right. Because they're really, really big and tough when they're behind a keyboard, but as soon as they have to do anything where you can see them face to face, they chicken out. So that, and Nevin's wife, who is like a sister to me, would kick all of their asses anyway. So red, orange, yellow, green. Sorry, I've got a Roy G. I got a Roy G. Bivet in my head to remember the colors of the rainbow. Yeah, Lisa is fucking scary. And Nevin and Lisa are a big part of how Mermeri and I met, too, so... Because I'm not... I mean, it's 2022, right? I can tell you that Mermeri and I met playing a video game, specifically Final Fantasy XIV, and that is also how I know Nevin and Lisa. And I was actually close with Nevin and Lisa before I was with Mary. But we went out and spent the New Year's after Mary and I got engaged. Yeah, that's because Lisa didn't think that anybody was good enough for me. That's why. It had nothing to do with you. It had everything to do with Lisa being the extremely terrifying, I'd say sister that I never had, but my sister's pretty terrifying too. So, yeah. So right after Mary and I got engaged, Mary was living in Vegas at the time, and Lisa and Nevalicious are in Pueblo, and we got engaged technically on December 29th, which is Mary's birthday, and then we drove to Pueblo from Vegas, which was one of the most terrifying drives I've ever done, and spent New Year's Eve with Nevalicious and Lisa and their family. And they are the reason why Mary and I are talking about moving to Colorado. I mean, not the only reason. Big part of the reason is we live in Missouri. That is 60% a red state. Your sister almost kicked my ass last year. Yeah, and you haven't pissed off Mom yet, so... But, you know, Mom's getting up there in age, so... The women in my family are terrifying. That is 100% true. They're great, they're amazing people, but they are terrifying. You gotta add Gimme the Busket to that family list. So... She's family. Whether she wants to admit it or not, she's family. So there it is. Right up front and center. The pride flag. All freehand, which I'm not great at, but that thing needs a pride. You know, it absolutely does need a Love is Love bumper sticker. Let's see, where's my pencil? It's gonna be. Oh, that back window. Love is love. Should it be love is love, or because being from Missouri, y'all means all. That's a t-shirt that I want, is y'all means all. By the way, the pencil is just so I have a point of reference when I go to paint this. And this is when we get literally the smallest paintbrush that I own out. You know what, let's get the those out of the way. All right. So Dave sucks forever. What color should the background... I'm thinking hot pink. Can you triple zoom on that? So I'm not going to... This is before the painting, but it's going to say love is love. So I'm thinking hot pink for the background. And then 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, so 10. 1, 2, 3. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Love is love. With the pink. Okay, so pink and blue. Perfect. So there's the pride flag on the front. I got to clean up that green to yellow transition because the green and yellow kind of bled together. And I need to clean up the black and brown a little bit. But we're going to do hot pink and blue and white for the lettering for Love is Love. Look, I'm not going to lie, babe. I love this Stream Deck. This has made my life significantly easier, just being able to press a button and zoom and do that kind of stuff. All right. All right, I got a hair. Hold on. I don't know if it was a beard hair, a cat hair, or a dog hair, but I had a hair. Yeah, I don't know what part 2 of the birthday gift is, but I'm going to tell you right now. In the not too distant future, I'm going to need to get some new brushes because since I've had the stream, I've been painting a lot more, and all of these Kolinsky Sable brushes, they're starting to wear out. So I'm going to have to buy some more. Because that's the hair. I'm losing hairs from my brush while painting. Which, I mean, these weren't really expensive brushes. These are the Monument Hobbies Bombwick brushes, which I'll tell you what, they're amazing for inexpensive brushes. But what do I do for brush care? So I have a 2-part system. So for everyday cleaning, I use pink soap. If I need to restore a brush, because sometimes I get lazy, I use Winsor & Newton's brush cleaner and restorer. But 99% of the time, it's pink soap. When I first started out painting, I used the Puck, and I don't remember what the brand is, but I mean, you know what I'm talking about, right? They sell it at Michael's, they sell it at Joann's. It's a little, like that big round. It's a little puck. It looks like a shaving puck almost. I don't remember the name brand, but you swirl it around and I mean, it gets it clean, but it breaks the bristles. So I started using started using pink soap, and I don't remember if it was on... It was somebody on Twitch suggested it. I don't remember who. It might have been Cephalopod. I don't know how Monument brushes compare to others. I've been using the same several brushes from Granny. Yeah, so my Monument brushes are probably 2 years old. They're really, really good, and they're about 50% of the cost of other brushes. And I love them. They're great. I also, I backed the Squidmar Kickstarter because I don't Patreon Squidmar. I figured I'd do that. And his brushes are great. And they're Raphael, I think is what they are. I think they're Raphael 8404 series. And that's what this little feller is. It's Squidmar's. I like his brushes because he went with t-shirt size. Ad break, damn it. Yeah, sorry about the ad break. Yeah, I like the Monument Hobbies. They're Kolinsky Sable, and they're significantly cheaper than most of the other Sable brands out there, but I've got hundreds of hours of painting on these brushes, so it's time. And it's not just simple painting either. So they painted, and this is going to give PTSD to Mermary and Dave, but they painted Orcus, Prince of the Undead. And they've painted stuff that I drop. They painted this, it's hard to see, but this three-headed, this is a chimera, I think. They painted Ularak, the Sultan of Brass, or the Sultan of the City of Brass, from the Elemental Plane of Fire. And about a half dozen, ooh, this guy's not going to fit under the camera, about a half dozen massive dragons as well. So, yeah, that asshole was your character's dad. So, yeah, the Monument Hobbies brushes have taken a beating over the couple of years that I've had them. So, all right, one more coat of pink. But yeah, I think I'm going to have to get some new brushes when we get back from our float trip next week, because they're good, but they're getting to the point where they're not anymore. So, well, you shouldn't make backstories where your daddy is the bad guy in your backstory, and I won't make your dad the lieutenant to the big bad evil guy. All right, let's let this dry. To be fair, Dave Sucks Forever, his stepmom was the first big bad evil guy you guys fought. Oh, so one of the other things that I have in the new studio is I bought, and I mean it came from Walmart. It's not fancy, but I have a little light box to hopefully take some better pictures of the minis. So there's going to be a lot more stuff on my Instagram. So if you follow me on Instagram, if you don't follow me on Instagram, follow me on Instagram. It's barbecue and mini painting. But if you don't follow me on Instagram, you should. If you do follow me on Instagram, you're going to see an uptick in mini painting stuff now that I have a light box. So, and again, it's not a fancy light box. It's $10 from Walmart. But the troll, I don't have. I've still got a couple boxes of stuff I need to put up. But the troll was not your stepmom. You had the swamp hag that had a flesh skirt. That was a mini Big Bad Evil Guy. But yes, you had a troll named Anna because she thought it was funny. Look, I wasn't making fun of your wife. She said, "That's hilarious, let's do it." So, I mean, a little bit of it was making fun of your wife. But the troll could see out of both eyes, so there was also that. Alright, I need a better black. So, let's go with... Nope, we're not doing black. I forgot. We're doing blue. We're doing trans colors. Yes, the Swamp Hag. Aaron's stepmom. You guys fought her early. And she's in a box. I just haven't gotten all of the minis out of the boxes yet, so. Alright. I know you're just gonna see mostly Knuckle. It's hard to see. I'm going to have to go over this a couple of times because that blue is a very, very light blue. I can't freehand lettering and talk at the same time because I have to. I'm not holding my breath, but I have to inhale and then exhale through the lettering. So. So it's hard to see. We'll get some more paint down. Ooh, I hit my camera. It's not, you're not really able to, you know what, let's get down here and see if I can zoom. All right, yeah, you still can't see it, but it says love is love. So we've got love is love on the back window. We've got the full pride flag on the front of the speeder. And then we've got the pride colors all throughout the speeder. So let's start putting things together. So the ship has, there we go, the ground buzzer gun. So we're gonna attach that. Where's my, here it is. Ground buzzer is on. You know, right where it says love is love. So, and then we have, not those. I think it's these are forceful love. Hey, you know what? Yes. Well, I don't know about all that. But let's pop these bad boys off. Yeah, that's why I'm, I don't know. That doesn't sound right. Let's get the snips. I will assume that what you meant is forceful love like Zelda does. Zelda's our German Shepherd. So, for those of you who don't know. Yeah. Not yet. Can't do that yet. We gotta... By the way, I want to thank everybody. I know that the MALORT was funny and stuff, but I want to thank you all for being here. You know, it is my 45th birthday today, so as someone who consistently thinks that they're younger than they actually are, and like Twitch is just something that I do for fun, right? Like there's no, I know that, you know, all this is trying to make my hobby pay for itself, because I would be painting these things regardless. But you guys, you show up and you watch me paint and do stupid stuff, right? I mean, look, the MALORT is stupid. Like, no pleasure was had drinking MALORT tonight. But you guys still show up. You stick around. I don't know. It's just... You guys make doing this worth it. And I appreciate every single one of you. Whether you're here every Thursday night, or you're here once in a while, or, you know, whatever. I appreciate every single one of you. So, thank you for being here. Now I gotta figure out how am I gonna put these things on? So, like here, and then here. Yeah, I guess. Alright, yep, that'll work. But seriously, you know, I started this stream a couple months ago because I was hobbying anyway on Thursday nights, and I told Mary, I said, you know, if I'm going to do this, if I'm going to be hobbying anyway, then, you know, why not? Let's just stream it, see if anything comes of that. And every time I say something stupid, my wife says, sure, let's see what happens, because she's the most supportive person on the planet. And you guys show up week in, week out, and watch me be stupid. And, you know, lick paint and drink bourbon. And tonight I know it was drinking MALORT, which sucked. I mean, MALORT sucks. Don't ever buy MALORT. But still, you guys show up constantly. You know, I don't look at subs or followers, even though, you know, I know that's what I should be looking at, right? I don't look at that stuff. I look at who's sticking around and watching me be stupid week in and week out. Because that's what this is. I'm just being dumb. And generally speaking, there are like 10 to 20 of you that are here every week watching me be dumb. And I know, look, Kitty Cat Lover's 9 years old. I get it. But, you know, there is no reason for any of you to stick around and watch me be dumb every week. And you do. And it's because of you that I say all the time that the highlight of my week is Thursday night and logging in and streaming, and for the most part it's just shooting the shit with you guys, right? Like, there are thousands of mini painters on Twitch, and there are thousands of mini painters that are better than I am on Twitch. And you guys choose to hang out with me. And I appreciate it. I appreciate all of you. And that's the enemy being sappy on my birthday. You should all buy me presents. I'm just saying, you know. I mean, not Busket. Because the present she bought me today was 4 shots of MALORT. And I'll remember that when you look for me to make your life easier at work. But yeah, I appreciate all of you. And that's it. That's the end of the sappiness. I don't want any of you thinking that I like you more than you should be liked. Except Pyro. Pyro should be liked more than any of us. Any of us should be liked. So, all right, buddy. I love you too. Have a good night. I will see you on Sunday at the river when I wake you up at like 7:30 because I'm putting up my tent. The only person that I mean any of this about, by the way, is Friendly Pyro and my wife. The rest of you, I don't really like you that much. That's not true. I like all of you. What did Bilbo say? Okay, that's fine. No, I didn't realize Mushy Pancakes was still here. I thought he went to bed. All right, Mushy Pancakes is there too because he literally gave me my studio. So, but that's not true. Mushy Pancakes got his. He's a good kid, and he proved it by graduating high school. So that's good. By the way, we have quickly approached the night where Parker the Viking has done 4 shots and 4 or 5 fingers worth of 120 proof bourbon. So we've gotten to the point where we're just going to be, drunk. I think drunk is the right word. And enrolling in college. That's fair. And following in your old man's footsteps and enrolling in college for IT. Oh, that was MALORT. Oh, God, that was so bad. I don't think I can see to put this in there. Yeah, it's good enough. Yeah, we've reached a point in the stream where I have had a lot to drink at this point, so. But my point is, I love you all. Even those of you who pay money just to watch my pain. You paid a lot of money to watch my pain, by the way. Between Gimme the Busket and what was it? Is it? It's Bunny something. Bunny Love? Bunbreaker. Between the two of you, that is 29 new subscribers today. And I thank you all very much for that. But I will say, Gimme the Busket, you need to watch the catnip that Kitty Cat Lover is consuming. Because I'm fairly certain she was high earlier. So, just want to point that out. Alright, we've got these panels. And these doohickeys. Come on, get off there. Oh, there we go. It's a lot of super glue. That's better. Where's my snips? By the way, Mermary, I think we're on the list. I mean, we're not number 1 on the list, but we're on the list of taking care of Kitty Cat Lover if something were to happen to Gimme the Busket. So, like I said, we're not number 1 on the list, but we're on the list. And we would. I'm not gonna lie. We would. Like she were our own. So. I may have used too much super glue putting this on the pin. So I'm gonna figure this out. Yeah, like I said, we're not number 1 on the list. But we're like number 3 on the list. Fairly certain we're number 1 for Gimme the Busket's mother-in-law, though. So there is that. Which, I mean, as long as she continues to make those pigs in a blanket, I'm fine with that. Oh, I don't think that's the reason she'll slip you arsenic. I think it's one of those, hey, there's lots of puppies. And there's Chris and Christy. And we let you do whatever you want. No, we never got to do our barbecue this summer. The barbecue's high on the list. So... This way. I was right the first time. Oh, stuff's falling apart. A fart? Stuff's falling apart. You know she can tiki with me, so you know what? We'll do that. We'll plan that in September. I know Chris and Alexis won't be here, but we'll plan tiki in September. And we'll get Sid to come, which means there's a fair chance we'll get Mushy Pancakes to come. So... yeah, well, maybe we'll do it on the girls' weekend and Mel can come. Excuse me. Oh. Oh, that was all Malort. Son of a bitch. I'm going to be burping that up for days. Kitty Cat would absolutely love Mel. Everybody loves Mel. Look, let's be fair. I love Mel. And that's all anybody needs because I'm the loudest, angriest person out of the group. Next to one of my minions. Zoe will be dependent on who else comes. But yes, we'll get all the puppies in a big yard where they can run around. Well, then get her a doggo. What are you doing? You can damn near get a dog for free. And I know money's not an issue, so just get her a dog. It'd be good for you, too. Because doggos love unconditionally. Yes. You know what? I'm going to get her a dog. And then what are you going to... I'm going to bring her over and I'm going to say, here... Yeah, no, I'm going to say, here, Patricia, here's your dog. And I'm going to get your mother-in-law a dog. Every child should have a dog. And so here we are. Got to varnish it, but I think this is it. I think this is the Pride Speeder. I do want to do one more thing though. Get a little bit more metal, bare metal on the So there it is, the Pride Speeder. A lot of rust, a lot of bare metal. You got the Pride flag at the front, and you've got Love is Love on the back. So, if you liked the shenanigans tonight, give me a like, give me a follow, give me a subscribe. Every penny that I receive goes right back into the stream. That's why we have ring lights. That's why we have new lights, a new camera. The next thing is probably a new computer so that the stream is a little bit nicer. That's why we're going to have acoustic panels on the walls, on the ceiling, the stream deck. Every cent goes back into the stream. So give me a like, give me a subscribe if you're on YouTube or on TikTok. Give me a like and a follow, whatever. But this is the shenanigans, right? I mean, this is it's a whole lot of bullshit. Sorry for the language. It's a lot of drinking. And I mean, this is it. It's mini painting, it's drinking, and it's shenanigans. And that's me. So this fall, we are going to add once a week. We're probably going to do a D&D stream. And on Fridays, we do Friday Fright Night, where we play games that are jump scares, things like Phasmophobia and Five Nights at Freddy's and Observation Duty. Mermary and I play that from the gaming PC upstairs, so you can watch her jump and scream and on Sundays when we're not on the river, some combination of Mermary and myself, or Mushy Pancakes and myself, are playing video games. If it's Mermary and I, it's probably the Division. If it's Mushy Pancakes and I, it's going to be GTA 5. So Thursday nights is always going to be mini painting. Other than that, it's, if I'm on, it's video games, it's mini painting, it's all across the board. So I have ADHD. I chase the dopamine. There will at some point be videos of me doing woodworking, doing leatherworking. Who knows? But what you see is what you get. And it's always me. I'm the same person no matter what I'm doing. So, this is it. It's 9:30-ish. I am all out of MALORT, thank gods. If you enjoyed what you saw, give me a follow, give me a like, give me a subscribe, whichever channel you're watching me on. Otherwise, thank you very much for hanging out. Let's see who is available for a raid. And we're going to use my phone because it's easier. I know it's not Friendly Pyro. He streamed earlier, but we are going to raid Leah CK. So Leah is a video game streamer, also local to my area, a huge fan of the St. Louis Blues, and she's streaming video games. So everybody have a great night. I'm gonna go upstairs. I'm gonna eat cake. I'm gonna try to get the flavor of MALORT out of my mouth. If I could raid correctly. God damn it, what's her name? Leah CK55. Let's try that. I always have issues rating. I don't know why. All right, so everybody have a great night. Have a great weekend. I will be back on Thursday. I'll probably be back on Tuesday night doing some video gaming. But other than that, have a great weekend. Have a great night. I appreciate every single one of you. Thank you for joining. Drenyari, thank you for the birthday wishes. And everybody have a great night. And I will see you later.